So you're PCSing to Nellis, Creech, one of the other spaces around here. Of course, you want to know where to live, where the schools are and stuff like that. But you ever thought about this? This is the entertainment capital of the world. It's Las Vegas, right? Don't you want to know all the other cool things about Vegas? This video is about, just stick around, and we're going to talk about that today. I'm sure by now you've hopefully seen a couple of my videos. I normally don't do a video like this for this channel. I normally reserve these videos for my other channel. These are what I call my carpool confessions. Today I'm headed to Nellis to work out some ID card issues over at MPF. And I'm retired from the Air Force. I put this channel out there just for you guys. And I want to talk about, a little bit about living in Las Vegas and some of our options that's going to make life a little bit easier for you. One of the first things is I'm going to tell you right now, your first 2 years here in Vegas, while you're here at Nellis or Creech, I'm just going to boil it down. I know there's other locations, there are other services here. We got, believe it or not, we got Space Force here, of course. We've got Army, we got National Guard, we got full-time guard guys here. I actually helped a full-time guard guy here buy a house. We got everything here, believe it or not. And of course, we got the reserve guys. You are living in the entertainment capital of the world. And of course, I know you want to take advantage of it. But how do you do that? And of course, save money. Your first year here, and probably, maybe even your first two, you're going to want to just enjoy the heck out of this place. I'm telling you, my first year, man, we were always down at that strip. And then you start realizing it's too dang expensive. So let's start talking about ways to save money while you're on that strip and for the rest of this city. Because if you're not a local, even if you're a local, but especially if you're not a local, your pockets can drain pretty dang fast. So one of the first things to talk about is the parking situation. When I got here, parking was just plain free. And then the casinos, it's a much longer story, decided that they were going to charge for parking. Well, at first it wasn't that big of a deal. It was, military and the locals could park for free. And of course, they're high rollers. Then it was okay, it was 4 hours for parking. Just show your, local driver's license. Then those locals had to pay too. I mean, it's like 25, 35 bucks a day. So you want to go down there, enjoy yourself, that's a lot of money. But the one thing they maintained is, guess what? You could park for free for military, and they still maintain that to the day. But how do they do that? Do you just show your military ID? No, you got to get something special. So here in Vegas, we got two main casino operators. It doesn't matter for most of the casinos down on the strip. Now, we're not talking about downtown Las Vegas, which is like Fremont. There are two main operators, MGM and Caesars Entertainment. So I'm going to pause for a second, and we're going to list the MGM properties. Even bring up a little map here so you can see which ones are MGM. And now we're going to do Caesars. Now, what you do is for each one of these properties is you go down to the desk, like for the players clubs and all this stuff, and you get a kind of a player's card, but it's for the military. All you got to do is show your military ID. And if you're a retiree, you got your VA card, and if you don't have any of those, you got your DD-214, you show them, and they will give you this card, and this card is your magic ticket to that card. And you use that card, and you can get in and out of the parking and save that up to 35 bucks a day. So that is going to save you just a crap ton of money. Not only that, that card, when you use it, and if you check in and check out, if you eat there, if you gamble, if you're a gambler, I don't gamble, it's going to just build up points that you can use for other stuff. So when you get those points, you can use them for more eating and everything else that you can do down on the strip. So that'll save you just a crap ton of money. So that is one of the first things you should do when you get here. Go to just any of the Caesars properties. It's not the front desk. It's going to be like almost like the gambling cage. You go there, you'll see other people there. It's easy. Anybody will point it to you. I would show my cards, but it has my numbers on them and everything. And you have to renew them every year. Just keep your head on a swivel, know when you need to renew them. Go out there, renew your cards, bam, you're getting your free parking and everything. That way, when you come on down to the strip or go on down to the strip, it's one less thing you got to worry about. Now, when I got here, there was a lot more to do on the strip, a lot more entertainment. Even though when I got here, the economy wasn't great, the entertainment was. Next thing to think about, you want to get entertained while you're here, right? VetTix, 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 vettix.org. Go there, use your Troop ID, in other words, ID.me, and you'll log in through that, or use that to prove that you're a veteran or active duty. Veterans and active duty can use this. Woo! They have all kinds of shows that are down on the strip and around town that are free for you. That is going to be a game changer for you. You can get up to 4 tickets. So like for most years, I have gone to this Comic-Con kind of thing called Level Up, and the tickets are like $100 and something bucks per person. And we've done that. When Mariah Carey started her residency, I was able to go to opening night and got just these fantastic seats. Couldn't believe that. That was through VetTix. Biggest thing, I don't know why it kept happening to me. They do this thing where they'll stop sending you the deals, but I still have my VetTix account. They say if you say they're spam. I've never said they were spam, but for some odd reason, my email server kept putting them in spam. So they'll say, oh, you've put us in spam. I'm like, I'm not doing it. It's my email server. I keep marking you as not spam. But, I can still go to VetTix and check, but, so I'm not getting the super great shows anymore, but I'll go check and see what's available there. There's just all kinds of stuff. It's nationwide. It's not just Vegas. So a lot of folks will give us thanks for that. Also, check down on the strip and see which shows and things have veterans discounts. Sometimes they will be, just for you, and sometimes it's for your entire family. Or they'll have a 2-for-1 special where, you get 2 tickets, you get one for you and one for, your family member or whoever. I remember this one time, for like a couple of summers, almost 3 summers, my wife's entire family would send all of their kids here. Like all of them. We wanted to go down to Adventure Dome, and they didn't offer any kind of military discounts, but it was a lot of kids, a lot. And the girl goes, oh, we don't offer military discount, but you know what? I have an employee discount. I'll do that for you because you're in the military. Yeah, she saw all them kids. But yeah, just be nice to folks. It helps out a lot. You'll be surprised. A lot of folks around here, they love the military here. Nellis and Creech does a lot for the community. And these are ways that you're going to save yourself a bunch of money. Bed yourself in the community. They love you here. Lots of ways to save yourself some money while you're here. So this is a little bit different than just how you can have housing and all this stuff. It's how you can save yourself money. Again, about after the first year, you'll end up being like most of the folks here. You'll end up with the locals casinos, if they're even called, if they're really local anymore. Because they used to be owned by a local family. Believe it or not, if you see the parking decks at the local casinos, that actually was the idea of a veteran. I met him one time. The guy was formal security forces. And when he left the Air Force, he went to work for Station Casinos, starting off as a security guard, and worked his way through the company. And it was his idea. When they started, everybody had to park outside, and he had the bright idea, why don't we build parking decks? Kind of simple, huh? all the casinos, the locals casinos, have parking decks now, and it was his idea. He goes, "Why don't we build parking decks? Maybe more people will come in the summer." So it was his idea to come up with parking decks. Kind of simple, huh? Sometimes the simplest ideas just come out of people and just blows up their careers. I met him when I did my tap when I was retiring. So anyway, those are the ideas. If you guys have any ideas for me to make some more videos of things that you want, trying to come up with some stuff. I'm going to be working with someone, I'm hoping to at least, who is actually the person, not for this region, but for another region, who's in charge of like approving your stuff for your VA home loans. He's related to me, so I don't want to say too much because I'm going to try to keep him in shadow. I don't want to get him in trouble with the VA because he's related to me, but he's like in charge of stuff. But if you need anything, as I normally say on my other channel, to all my military brothers and sisters, you know the drill. Alpha, Mike, Foxtrot, and I will see you in the next video. And the next video, hopefully by now, this should be my 9th video that I'm recording right here. Something should hopefully be popping up for you. And I'd love to join you over there. And I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed so far. Thanks a lot.